Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Card Hunter. If you've been paying attention to how many days left I have on this thing, you probably can tell it's been a while since we last done a video. Been busy with master's programs and other Let's Plays and other things in general. A few things to note. I did finally beat the lair of the Yellow Dragon. I guess, the first couple stages against ogres are actually a lot harder now, but the final stage is a bit easier, though quite frankly I was also very, very lucky when I defeated him. Uh, the dragon actually has some negative trait cards. His deck actually doesn't have as... It's still pretty powerful, but it's not as ridiculous as it was before. Not all of its movement cards are fly cards. It has a little bit more variety in its armor. Doesn't have as many breath attacks. And at least I remember one of his negative traits was trip, which means it can't move, which is what ended up happening on the very first turn. Everything else seems to be about the same. Also, the layout of the stage is a lot better. It's actually kind of like it has pillars. There's multiple places that kind of hide behind, and you're not just trapped in the corner like you were in the original. So yeah, it's all pretty good. After that, you do Cardstock 2 Secret Preview, which is essentially just like the Gladiatorial Arena. Just 3 stages where you have to go up against a bunch of guys. And after that, you pretty much are done with the storyline, at least to this point. I'm pretty sure they're going to add more stages because there's going to be more levels. But once you beat this, you get these little medals underneath all the stages with the exception of your level 1 adventures. So if you go to Wizard Workshop, for example, you can either do the regular adventure or you can do these things here. You can choose one at a time. So you can go through an adventure where if you lose a single person in your party, you automatically fail. There's one where you have to use nothing but wizards, there's one where you have everyone at 1 health, and then there's one where all your equipment has to have drawback cards, in other words, black cards, or, half black. Doing these will not give you any experience, but instead of getting like 4 items at the end, you'll get 3 items, and one of them will be a rare, at least. So I've done a few of these. Some of them are very, very frustrating because just how it's set up. Particularly the ones where you have to fight lizardmen. I find those very annoying. The only thing I don't like about these things is you don't gain experience from them. Which, like I said, I mean, it's not a big deal if you're using your standard party because they'll just get de-leveled and you don't really need experience for them. But if you want to go through with a new team that you set up yourself, they're not going to gain experience while doing these, which is very, very annoying. Then again, there are also, I guess some advantages of doing that. I suppose you can go through all these stages with just level 1 characters. For the most part, the medals aren't too special. It's just what I just listed already. Sometimes you can only use a certain race or a certain class. The only other thing I've found that was kind of unique is if you do Lair of the Yellow Dragon, for example. You got one where you have everyone at level 9, which is pretty amazing. Essentially, level 9 means you only have 2 power points, and that's about it. So that's about the gist of it. I just want to go ahead and point that out. As of when I'm playing this, they're currently doing they've changed all the multiplayer maps to some sort of oriental theme. Personally, I don't really like them too much. They're definitely to my advantage in most cases, but I don't like the setup because you can find yourself in situations where you will have a stalemate where there are 2 people on each of the, there's a person on each of the victory tiles, and no one will move because the victory tiles are so far apart that moving away will pretty much just give the win to this other player. Besides that, not much else to say. Sorry for the slow start, I'm kind of taking my time here. Just to kind of show off some things. I don't need that. Sort by rarity. I did get a bunch more legendaries. I just recently got Sabo's Meter through multiplayer. I've gotten I've gotten 2 Staffs of Misanthropes from doing the early stage medals for the medals for the earlier adventures, which is kind of weird. It has this ability called Flash of Pain, which does 3 damage to everyone within line of sight. It has infinite range. I got some Scuttling Stocks, Unholy Nimbus, and that's about it. I've gotten a lot of other things. A kind of nice thing about doing the bonus adventures here, the bonus requirements, is if you get a rare treasure, that's pretty much free money. The only disadvantage, or the other disadvantage of doing these adventures though, is you only get one shot. Instead of having 3 tries, you only get, if you lose, you have to either start over, or you have to pay 15 gold and to try again, which can get very, very expensive if you're doing a very, very difficult stage with a very difficult requirement. So, anyway, the main reason of doing this video, though, is to do Dungeons of the Swamp King, which I have never done. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and get that going. Dungeon of the Swamp King. The Mad King Ogunkot famously built his castle on a shifting swamp. No one has heard from the castle in some time, and there's no doubt that evil is afoot. Do you dare stomp it out? You'll win the Dragon Slayer sword the first time you beat this adventure. And it's a pretty decent sword. It has a lot of shredding strikes. That's about it. Really, you just want it for the shredding strikes. Alright, this is a level 17 adventure. We're level 18. I didn't really show off my gear, but I guess I can do that next stage.
No.
Guys, I'm exhausted. I need to get some sleep. I'm beginning to get my move and boost cards mixed up.
Yay!
Hey Leaf, let's give Gary a chance to get some sleep. I'll GM this one. Slimy Foyer. The stones of King Ogunkot's keep have kept out most of the swamp water, but it seems that some oozy creatures have moved in and made themselves comfortable. Smelling fresh food as you enter the foyer, a number of foul slime creatures move to attack. Great, slimes. Yep, they're slimes. I have a lot more parry cards now, or blocking cards with Psychia, but I actually have less attack cards, and a lot of my attack cards are blunt. So, yeah, that's going to be an issue. So, tell you what. Luckily, each of these guys can only, like, attack once. We've never fought an ochre slime before, so I'm not sure what to think of that. So, tell you what. We are just going to move over here. Death Meld. Okay. I'm gonna get it all line of sight. Alright. Oh, that's not good. And we all passed. Okay, I didn't get attacked. Bad news is I'm kind of trapped. Alright, even more block cards. Awesome. Even more block cards. Great. I was afraid that might happen. Alright, let's go ahead and Elvish Insight so I can see what the hell these guys have. Lava Slime is a projectile. Powerful Bash is 9 damage. And we got Pseudobod Strike, and okay, I'm just making sure I'm still recording. When it freezes up like that, I get a little nervous. If you move adjacent to an enemy, blah blah blah. What's the range of this? Okay, that's fine, I can live with that. Ouch, that's gonna hurt a lot. Tell you what, I'm just gonna move over here. Uh-huh. 1, 2... It's lose-lose pretty much for this. Ouch. Yeah, I'm not doing very well. And I don't want to use that. Okay, the green jellies are not moving. Blocked. Unfortunately, that's a blunt attack. I have a lot of devastating blows, but these are actually very, very useless against things that do crushing damage. Okay, so I might actually have to change my setup. Luckily, I go first. Let's go ahead and drop the devastating blow, because it's not going to help us, and that. And get rid of that. Alright, got rid of the vulnerable, that's good. Alright, let's go ahead and do a... Yeah, that's gonna keep me in... Oh, it didn't keep me in place. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna attack anyway. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Funny enough, Negatrait cards do not activate until it hits your turn and you activate them. Just a thing to note now. Alright, so we're gonna go this way. Acid Blast, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and take out you. That hurt a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and do Inspiring Presence. Failed. Blocked. Yeah, I think I have 2 mini block cards at this point, but that's okay. Just seeing where I can move, if anywhere. 1, 2, 3. Not anywhere good, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and do a demonic feedback on you. 3 damage. 4 damage. Oh, cool. You did exactly what I wanted. Let's go ahead and do a quick step. Okay, never mind. Don't do a quick step because that didn't work. I'm going to be taking a lot of damage here. But I kind of want to do it. Yeah, I know. I hate Encumber. A lot of the multiplayer teams will have a lot of ice spells, which is really, really annoying. I actually kind of want to keep the heavy armor. Yay. Okay, you're still alive. Go ahead and heal yourself. You're still alive somehow. That's good. I need to wait until that blob does one more attack. I have a strong bash, but that's not going to help me any. How long? What's the range of this move? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So not much I can do here. What a bit. Okay, cool. That worked out. That means I can actually go ahead and cast that on you. Trying to make your grand escape, are you? 10 damage. Oh, thank you for moving there. You're very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just set you guys on fire. Perfect. Alright. Not really any place for you to hide. If this is nothing but slimes, I'm probably gonna have to change my gear. But I'm holding on, barely. Just stay there. Okay, another vulnerable, so that guy's gonna die. Hey, powerful bludgeon. Okay. Let's open up with that. Any line of sight? Yes, you do. Well, fine then, I'll heal you. Alright, you're out of cards. Doesn't matter, it's not gonna hurt it. Okay. That slime's dead from fire damage. All you have is movement cards. Awesome. I'm just gonna go ahead and say hi to you right here. Which means his only spots to move is... right there. Don't really need the parries because I can't block range. Finally, an attack. Stone spikes. Alright, not bad. This keep is a foul and despicable place fit only for the amoebic sludge you wipe off your weapons. What do you got for me? Bad. Ooh, commander cap. That's actually pretty nice. And a divine weapon with healing rays. Not bad. Anyway, so here's my gear right now. I have the Dancer's Dagger, which I think I've shown off to you guys before. I think you guys saw me pick this up. But it has a lot of step moves, and then acrobatic flips, which are really good block moves. This is the Club of Devastation. It gives you devastating blows, which gives you additional 2 damage for every revealed card in the target's hand. Very good for against enemies that happen to have a lot of cards in their hands. The vulnerables aren't that big of a deal. And the blocking mace, as you can see, has lots of blocking. And then the rest is pretty standard. It's all the same. I did switch over to more mobility with my boots. And I think that's about it. Any changes here? No, just more mobility. Oh, I also switched over to the Rock Shard robes. Level 6 epic robes. Gives you stone spikes, which just does 6 piercing damage, and it also has the effect of stop for anything that tries to move over them. And then I mainly did this for the resistant hide. That way I can actually, resist damage from pretty much a whole lot of elements. And that's about it. Just more mobility. And yeah. One thing I could switch over to is... I know I have another weapon. Well, obviously I have another weapon, but... wasn't that one? Ah, it's this one. Double-edged sword. This would actually give me more penetrating attacks. For now, I'll go ahead and just stick with what I have, and we'll take all and continue. Hey, is Gary okay? He's mumbling something in his sleep. I think his dice arm is twitching. Blazing bedroom. You enter the... I'm guessing that's smoldering. Bedroom of the old keep. Oh, actually moldering. I guess that's a word. Bedroom of the old keep, and discover that some of the king's personal guard are not resting in peace. Flames leap up as burning skeletons advance, and from the shadows of their flickering fires, more squelching noises can be heard. Okay, good. I can actually use my bashing weapons for something. 3 ochre slimes, 2 burning skeletons. And look what we have already. Oh wow, that's a good start. Alright, what I want to go ahead and do is do demonic feedback on you. Okay, this is going to be risky, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oh, of course I drew that, didn't I? These guys actually don't have any, they don't have any bone cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of that as quickly as I can. Let's see, that's gonna be... That's fine, just take the hits. You'll be okay. For now, anyway. Devastating blow. That did 11 damage, or sorry, 13 damage, because they had 3 revealed cards. That was way overkill, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blast you with that. Oh wow, was not expecting that. Okay, well. Go ahead and take you out that. Alright. I didn't know they had a ranged attack. Well, live and learn. But taking out those skeletons was really good. At least we don't have to worry about them blasting us with fireballs. Bam, bam. Slippery. Vulnerable. Acrobatic flip. Okay. That's gonna hurt. That it did. That it did. Alright. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get you out of harm's way. Way to not block. Alright. You had one job. Well, that went as terrible as possible. Yeah, that went terrible. Holy cow. Failed every roll. Luckily I can get away. Okay. You didn't move. So I'll just pass turn. Okay. Thank you for that. This one blocks melee, that's fine. So unless you get some trick up your sleeve, we should have already won this. Oh, you did have a trick up your sleeve.
Goodbye.
Clever. That still didn't work. You ransack the bedroom and find a couple of valuable items. Surely there are more ahead. Stupid dwarf skills. I hate dwarves, by the way. They're so ridiculous. They actually have like an ability. They have a dwarf ability that just ignores damage. Like it ignores damage for from one hit, and then you draw a card. Oops, sorry. I'm knocking all sorts of stuff off my desk right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and take all continue. Does Gary sleep talk? I'm sure I heard him saying something about pizza monsters. Oozy Kitchen. All of the food has long since rotted away in the Swamp King's old kitchen, or perhaps it was merely transformed into the mini slime creatures that cost you the moment you opened the door. Okay. Go ahead and call this a video, and when we come back we will continue with the rest of the dungeon, which there should be only 2 more stages. So until then, I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Card Hunter. See you guys later.